and see. Obviously, they would have watched that performance, and that defeat will eat him up. You know, he'll want to revenge that defeat. So I think see what Eddie and Sal say, but I would like to make the Canelo rematch because I just don't think that Beterbiev will be available until August, September. Because if he's going to fight Yard in January or February, then he's got Ramadan, I think, till is it April or May. He's probably not going to be ready till August, September. So I don't think Dimitri Bivol will wait that long.
Risky if you put him back in there, Bivol against Canelo, because a lot of people feel that the same result would happen, and that's a huge hit to the marketability.
Yeah, I don't think Canelo is really concerned with his marketability in terms of losing fights. I mean, I just think he wants the biggest challenges, and I just, knowing him, like voluntary defences just don't really appeal to him unless he wants to particularly fight someone, or, you know, he right now, he has a chance to avenge a defeat, and I think that would be his priority.
You know, looking at the future, Caleb Plant and David Benavidez got made. I just want to get your reaction to that.
It's a great fight. I mean, I don't think there's a date yet or anything, but that's the kind of fight that's going to put David Benavidez in a great position to fight Canelo Alvarez, because it's a fight that's going to give him profile. I don't know who wins that fight, actually. I think Benavidez, but it's a really good fight, and I'm glad to see it get made.
You know, I was going to allude to that. If he were to win, do you think on your end it would make sense business-wise to finally make that fight?
I mean, business-wise, yeah, obviously subject to the deal and what everybody wants, but Canelo Alvarez is the boss. You know, he's the big boss. He's going to call all the shots always, like with me, with the fight. But I know what he's like, and if Benavidez puts in a great performance against Plant and everyone starts calling for that fight, Sal would have no problem fighting Benavidez, but it's got to excite him. And at the moment, he's never fought anyone, Benavidez. I just don't think it excites him, but maybe it will after a Plant fight, because that's a great fight.
Eddie, we just spoke to Anthony Joshua, and he said that there was a point after the Fury negotiations he felt like taking a year out. He said he's still not decided, but that's the first time we, the media, have heard that firsthand. What do you make of that, and is that something that you were aware of?
Yeah, no, he was just pissed off. You know, he got his bluff called, really, we feel, and he accepted it. And he just sort of lost faith a little bit with boxing because he really wanted to fight Tyson Fury. So, you know, I think that's the main reason that he didn't fight this year, because it sort of messed up his mojo and made him think, fuck it, like, what are these people doing? Like, they say they want to fight me. Now I've got a deadline. Chisora gets another month to do the deal, and I had to sign it then, and etc. So that's why you're going to see him fight maybe the end of February, but probably March. And you know, we were going for opponents tonight, and I think he's now going to have the rest of the year off, probably, and start camp at the beginning of January.
Obviously, he does so many media, and he's not going to give us the first grasp on everything. But Wilder was the fight that excited him. You say that, you know, you think that can happen, but time and time again, you know, we have these talks, and then, you know, we think they're going to get made, and they don't. Do we think it's really a reality for next year?
Definitely. I mean, he was one of the names that I mentioned him tonight. Like, not just saying it, but I couldn't say a fight to AJ that he doesn't go. Like he said tonight about Andy Ruiz. I said, "Oh, have you seen Andy Ruiz over there?" He went, "Yeah, I'd love to fight him again." I was like, "Why? I don't fight him again." He was like, "Why not?" I went, "Fuck off." Like, he's horrible. Like, he's like, "Oh." And then Jalavov, you know, that other guy, he was having a fight with him. I said, "Oh, you saw Jalavov?" He goes, "Yeah, I'd love to fight him." I was like, "Why?" It's about 4-0. It's like, yeah, but he just wants to fight everybody. So again, like Bivol, like it's just a case of whether he has, and it wouldn't be an easy fight, but an easier fight before he goes into a Deontay Wilder or a Dillian Whyte, basically.
So it won't be Dillian Whyte then in March we can expect. What if it's not, okay, a Deontay Wilder or a Dillian Whyte? What sort of names are we? Are we looking at the Otto Wallins again?
Yeah, I think Otto Wallins is a very fair fight for AJ to come back to. You know, a lot of these guys just price themselves out. Filip Hrgovic is a great fight. He's IBF mandatory. AJ-Zhang had a good fight with Filip Hrgovic. I mean, I'm just pulling names out. Like, I think the winner of Dillian Whyte against Jermaine Franklin is a very, very good front runner for the next fight.
Just quickly on AJ-Zhang, you sort of spoke, people after his performance against Hrgović, where they thought he won, spoke about doing a big Beijing stadium fight. Is that something that you've looked at all? Because obviously AJ-Zhang's quite a big star out there.
Yeah, we're in talks to stage a big fight in China, and I think that'll be on the agenda for 2023, and maybe even AJ against AJ-Zhang at the Bird's Nest.
With AJ, obviously after the fight against Usyk, he was very emotional, understandably emotionally drained. Then there was talk about getting him out 4 times a year. Then there's talk about Fury. Then we've just, as Charlie said there, he wants to take a year out. Now it's March. It's sort of like, but can you see from the outside, it looks a little bit erratic. It's like, it's the main focus with AJ just getting him sort of.
People that know nothing about boxing, because if you know anything about boxing, you know that when you finish a fight, one, emotions are very high. You have a plan. Virtually every fighter after their fight will go straight back in the gym. Right, everyone. Like you'll see I bet Bivol tomorrow goes for a run, or goes as a little go on the treadmill, and this all happens. I want to get back in here. I want to get back. And then sometimes, like the Fury thing happened, and then it just deflates you, and then next thing you know, it's November, then it's December, and then you go, Christmas is coming up, so I'll probably have Christmas with a family, and then I'll go back to camp. So the only people really that are putting pressure on seeing his return is people that don't really have, not a relevance in his career, but actually an interest in his career. So they're saying, well, why isn't he coming back in? Well, he was going to fight Fury, but just decided to come back in February or March. Oh, why? You know, because he wanted to. And he just felt that actually he should take some time out. You can't really win, because when he accepted the Fury fight, people were saying, oh, he shouldn't really fight that soon. He should wait till next year, because he looked like he imploded a bit after the Usyk fight, and I think mentally he needs some time. And then all of a sudden he fights in March, and they go, why is he not fighting in December? So, I think really you just leave it to him.
Just quickly on someone else who was here tonight, Devin Haney's ringside. Yeah. You worked with him in the past. What's his situation with Top Rank at the moment? Because fights that are coming out here, something like Haney Lomachenko, feels like something that could come here.
Yeah, Haney Lomachenko doesn't appeal out here, because Haney Lomachenko is not the fight that it once was. I mean, after Lomachenko's performance, and he's still a great fighter, I just think Devin Haney's a massive favourite in that fight. Now, Devin Haney against Ryan Garcia is a fight that could come out here. Ryan Garcia against Gervonta Davis is a fight that could come out here.
What is Devin's contract situation?
I don't know. I mean, look, I think I'll say it's inevitable he'll come back to us, but we're pretty close. And I think he's got one fight where he's got to negotiate a deal to fight Lomachenko, but we'd love to bring him back to Matchroom when there was an opportunity to do so. We don't want to interfere with any contracts, but he's a friend of mine and a tremendous fighter, and getting better and better. So we'll see what's next for him.
Eddie, a few questions in me sorted. Just firstly, your reaction to the bout tonight between Dimitri Bivol and Ramirez. Bivol looking fantastic.
Yeah, he's a tremendous fighter. I mean, people were messaging me, a lot of people in boxing, saying, Jesus, this guy is so good. And Ramirez is a great fighter. He's 44-0, but he had a good try tonight, but he was just levels beneath Dimitri Bivol.